For how much innovation that the bike industry likes to spew on about, there is one area in particular that the bike industry is embarrassingly slow to catch up with the trends of the past decade, and that is ditching the outdated micro USB charging and connection port in favor of the more modern, just strictly better USB-C port that the rest of the world has been using for the past at least like 7 years. Thankfully, Magicshine made some lights that finally have USB-C, and they are fantastic because of it. And the sponsor of this video is also fantastic. We all know that Wabi makes some killer frame sets. Unfortunately, because everybody is buying them and because of, you know, supply chain issues and all that gloppity gook, unfortunately, they're sold out until the end of this year for frame sets and for builds with frame sets. But luckily, Wabi also has a ton of great fixed gear components to help you build the buttery bike of your dreams. Stick around until the end of the video to learn more about them. Magicshine sent me 2 headlights. This is the RN3000. This is their big boy, very expensive $160 headlight at 3,000 lumens of max output, and the more medium-sized but still pretty overkill and bright Magicshine RN1500 that comes in some fancy anodized colors, and that comes in at $90. These 2 headlights, and some of their other headlights as well, come with micro USB charging. There is the convenience that comes with this where you can use the same cable for everything. The only reason I have to keep around a micro USB cable is to charge bike lights. Everything else has moved on from this old standard. This port is more prone to being damaged and busted and making your device useless. And it's annoying to figure out, oh, all of my tech stuff uses USB-C, but all of my bike stuff for some reason is still micro USB, so I have to find the right cable for each thing. I could plug it in this way. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in the other way too. Oh, look out. Oh, that's so good. Can charge devices. Look at that. That is beautiful. This could potentially save someone's life. USB-C is great. They are made really well out of this like sturdy aluminum shell, but the downside to that is these are pretty big chonkers of lights. Because this light is so ridiculously bright, I just run it on the lowest setting like 95% of the time. This is the lowest setting right now. It is broad daylight. You can even see that it's blowing out the camera and it's clearly visible. It's also a great daytime light. Same with the RN1500. Extremely bright, even in daylight. This is the lowest setting. Here, we'll go brighter. Oh my gosh, you need your sunglasses just by looking at these lights. There's 2 light elements. One is for distance and one is for width. Just use both of them. They're great. It's great to have that extra visibility with the 2 light elements, and I just use it on the lowest setting, and according to the manual, it has 31 hours and 30 minutes of battery life. That's a lot. That is overkill. That is way more than you would ever need on the lowest setting. And by the way, the lowest setting is still enough to light up a dark path. The RN1500, on the other hand, gets slightly worse battery life at 12 hours and 30 minutes on the lowest setting. A major criticism that I have, particularly with the RN1500, is that there is no lock function for the light, and this button is very easy to press and accidentally turn on. I've turned it on in my bag multiple times, and that's a real problem because this light gets really hot. I keep it in the same little pouch in my bag as this little tail light, which we'll get to, and it melted the housing of the tail light. This mount, it's just not well designed. Look at all this junk that the light mount requires because it's not a universal strap. So you have to find which strap size is the appropriate one for your handlebars and then use the tool and install it. It's like, fine. If you like, look. If you like to just keep the mount on your bike, okay, fine, you just do it once. But if you switch out handlebars like I do, this is a really aggravating process to try to figure out which one fits the light, and it needs to be perfect too, and it needs to be like fairly tight so it doesn't like jiggle and fall off. Why are we making things so complicated? Why? Actually, what is the advantage of this? Tell me. The straps aren't even good. Like, the vibrations of the road shake off the little rubber part that's supposed to keep it from slipping onto the bike, and I've actually had my light fall off and the mount fall off of the bike because this little rubber strip fell off of the strap, because this glue like weakens over time. It's just unnecessary complexity and more points of failure. I'm no engineer, but I'm pretty sure this is bad. There's a reason why most bike lights use toolless straps like this one. It's really convenient, it's really secure, and you could put it on more places. Like, I wanted to mount my light to a basket. I just couldn't do that with the provided hardware, and they have no option for a strap like this, which is just a superior choice. Look how quick it is to install this NiteRider Lumina 1100 onto my bike. This is real time. This is not sped up, folks. I hate this mount. Hate is a strong word. That's why I'm using it, and it would just be great if they offered a little, like, stretchy strap universal toolless thing like most other light manufacturers do. Then we have their special taillights. That is the highest compliment that I can give these taillights. They're special. Both of these have motion sensors so that when you slow down your bike, it will flash at the maximum output to signal that you are braking. It's pretty cool when you first see it. And then you quickly realize that you don't see your taillight at all, and you don't really feel safer because of it, because as long as you're not getting hit by a car, your taillight is doing its job. And then they also have ambient light sensors so that they are different brightness during the day versus at night. The taillight also comes with this little saddle mount that just hooks onto the rails. I actually prefer this way to mount a light better because it looks really sick. And also you could turn the light upside down like I have it here, so you could really tuck the light underneath the saddle. Because the automatic mode and the light sensors cut down on the battery life, I just turn those features off and I just use these as dumb bike lights because honestly, smart bike lights are the dumb ones. It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm trying to shoot the B-roll to show off what these lights can do. So what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to hold the power button. A bright light, what's happening right now after holding the power button for 3 seconds, indicates that the light is supposed to be in smart mode and supposed to show its braking capabilities. But I've been sitting here like a ding-dong, shaking this light, stopping this light. Nothing's happening as I come and go. And so the flashing one is supposed to say that it's in just a regular manual mode. So let's try it again. The same thing. It's the same thing. So on this particular unit, I'm just not able to get to the smart mode, which is, in my opinion, kind of dumb. This is the third SEEMEE 200 taillight that I've gotten from Magicshine, and this is the second one that's been defective. I can't even use the main feature. It's not even working. I'll try it again. Nothing. Yeah, I'm pretty done with light reviews after this video. That's the thing about smart lights, and when you try to jam-pack so many features into the lights, is that it makes it more complicated for the user. Products are supposed to serve the person. It's just a light. If it requires a manual and me to memorize specific bleeps and bloops and blinks and flashes, your light is too complicated. This is my favorite taillight ever. This is the Planet Bike Turbo Superflash. This doesn't even have USB charging. It's just straight up AAA batteries. This is my favorite light because it's really bright. It's durable. It has a clip on the back so you could clip it onto your bag or onto your belt loops or whatever. Even if you don't have the mount, you can still use this light. You can use it as an additional light. It's really flexible. Clips are really great. These have a little quarter turn, which is, really easy to get on and off, but if you don't have the mounts, you're out of luck. And this is my favorite light because it's really bright, it keeps you safe. One button press, flashing on a random mode. When I have this thing on, it feels like I have a force field around me and cars give me a wide berth because it's so bright and annoying. Click number 2, solid light, to be less blinding. Click number 3, off. That's all you need. You should not require a manual to operate a light. These lights commit the cardinal sin that really irks me living in the year 2022, which is making things quote-unquote smarter and jam-packing them with technology that nobody needs, that makes them less user-friendly and less useful. Most people are just gonna click on the button and click it off when they're done. A light does not need to be smart. Perhaps the most disappointing thing about Magicshine's taillight still has micro USB charging. This is their top-end taillight here. If you buy lights, a headlight and a taillight from the same company, you can't even charge them with the same cable. You can't win, dude. But you know who does make things good instead of smart? This portion of the video is sponsored by Wabi Cycles. From Wabi's own meticulously hand-built wheels to the track lacrosse ready velocity coils to the ever-popular H+N archetypes laced to your favorite hubs from Phil Wood, Grand Comp, DT Swiss, and my personal favorite, the Suzu Pro Maxes. Top it off with the most reliable tires from Continental and Panaracer, throw in an EAI cog in the flavor of your choice, and your favorite chain from KMC and Izumi, and your bike will make your inner Fixie kid squeal with joy. So go ahead, check out Wabi Cycles and their component selection linked in the description. Fixie fair shouts to Mario Perez, Brandon Black, David K, Gio DeZero, Julian Corona, Ryan Witz, and Scott Palongi, Zane Kolnick for helping me make these fix gear and review videos possible through support on Patreon. And remember that life is short, but don't make it shorter. So be sure to ride your bike every day to be reasonably dangerous, even if your headlight is USB-C and your taillight is micro USB.